It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. I don't know why doing these podcasts gives me so much anxiety. Like, even right now, my heart is racing. I had to do breathing exercises before I started. I've started and stopped about 1,000,000 times. I keep having my friends tell me, quit overthinking it. Just do it. Just put it up. I don't know why I'm like this. The final straw was my son sending me a screenshot of my 2 lonely podcast episodes. And, Mom, come on! It's the Super Bowl and the Grammys just passed. What are you doing? It's the best time. He's right. Hey guys, it's Madden and it's February. Not January, not New Year, new me. I had one planned. I had an end of the year podcast planned. I had a New Year podcast planned. And then I just get in my own head. It's not just me that gets in my head. I even had somebody tell me, maybe that's part of your old life. I'm looking forward to who you are in your new life. And I think they meant well. But ever since they said that, every time I crack the mic, I'm like, am I a has-been? Like, am I supposed to be cracking this mic? How am I letting anybody in my head? Don't I know who I am? And because of all that overthinking, I'm into February with my first podcast of 2026. One of the times that I went to church in January, though, they told us, hey, maybe just get your stuff together in January, reflect, figure out what you want to do, and then start over in February. And that's what I took to heart. That's what I learned at church this month. Procrastinate. The reason I jumped off socials and podcasting at the end of the year had nothing to do with overthinking or any of that stuff. It's because I applied for a job, like a big one. One I had no business applying for. Like as soon as you hit submit, I'm like, what am I thinking? My manager even wrote me a letter of recommendation and he looked at me and he was like, so I go, I know it's a big job. Are you going to write me a letter or not? And he's like, hey girl, I got you. And he did anyway. I didn't get the job. But I am super proud of myself for going for it. It gave me confidence. It got my foot in the door. I met some incredible women who now know who I am. They said that I passed the interview process, but they offered the job to another candidate. If something happens in 6 months, they'll contact me. If not, but at least I got my foot in the door and they know who I am and they know that I'm interested in a job within their realm. And I loved that. And now I feel capable and I learned a lot about myself in that room. I get super anxious. Like I'm anxious right now just doing this podcast. I don't know why I'm like this. I've been doing this and communicating for over 20 years and I still get these heart palpitations every time I have to do a big presentation or talk. So sitting in that room in that interview with these 3 magnificent women brought something out of me and it made me feel more confident. So I am glad that I did go. And I'm glad that I allowed myself to try. And I'm glad that I allowed myself to want more. After I found out I didn't get the job, I just stayed off of social media because it felt so good to take a break. Social media is so gross and ugly everywhere I turn. And there isn't, no matter how many times I hit not interested, it keeps popping up on my feed. So I took myself off of Insta and off of Facebook, and I was only on TikTok because that's mostly entertainment and food and Chinese baddies, which that trend I will get to. I'm all a part of right now. And of course, I have to follow my Tay and Travis. That's when I decided I can't end any kind of podcast that I have until Tay and Travis get married. I'm all here for that. And since I brought up Tay, I'm going to talk about this Blake Lively thing just real quick. I am indifferent with Blake Lively. Like, I don't love her. I don't hate her. I really don't think about Blake Lively. But when it comes to this lawsuit, I mean, how many movies and shows has Blake Lively been in? And then she chooses this one that was going to be gigantic to press charges against this man, Justin. And we still don't believe her. Like, nobody wants to believe her. People are just brushing it under the rug. Why would she make this up now at this time? I know that's unpopular opinion. And then the text messages between her and Taylor, those are friendly. You know how many friends that I've defended, good or bad? Way worse than that. Nobody wants to get a hold of my friend text messages. I may have told somebody just this morning that we should go slash somebody's tires. Just kidding. No, I didn't. Back to happier things. I'm 100% in on all things Taylor and Travis wedding. So I'm not being silent, and my silence wasn't the end. It was just a little bit of a reset. And a reset I have definitely needed because I learned there's a lot of things that I haven't grieved. So I took Tuesday off work this week. My daughter's birthday was yesterday, Wednesday, and Tuesday night I wanted to throw her a surprise pizza party. So I was just going to take a half day at work so that I can get to the pizza place and get set up. But I've been thinking about my mom a lot, so I decided I was going to take the entire day off and go for a hike at Pinecrest. I looked up all trails. It said it was a little snowy, but it was doable and it was beautiful. And I've never really gone in the winter, so I was really looking forward to it. And it's been 6 months since I've hiked Pinecrest, my favorite place. Over the summer, I was running it. I was trying to beat my trail time weekly. This time it wasn't like that at all. It took me forever to get through this hike. Nobody was there. I get to Pinecrest, I'm the only person in the parking lot. And at first I'm thinking, gosh, I'm a lucky girl. I'm the only one here. And then my intrusive thoughts took over and I'm like, whoa, that's kind of scary. I'm the only one here. When I told my pops that later, he goes, you don't know who's in those mountains. I can't believe you stayed. And in my mind, I'm like, that's why I didn't tell you that I was going there until I was done, which is also unsafe. I never planned to do the whole trail, so my mom is about a quarter way in, and I did that on purpose. On days that maybe I just want to go up to Pinecrest, visit my mom, go in, come back, and not do the whole trail, I only put her a quarter mile in. But I'm always tempted, and I always talk myself into doing the full trail. So I get a quarter mile in, I sit, I have a long probably the longest conversation I've had with my mom since she's been up there. We laughed, we cried, we talked about my daughter turning 16, some of the things that I've been facing and grieving. And I know she was laughing at me because it was cold up there, and my mom would never be up there when it's that cold. Like, girl, get your butt home. It's freezing up here. So that was a quarter of the way in, and so I decided I'm going to go to the dam. This is what I always do when I go to Pinecrest. This is what goes through my head. Then I'm going to go through the dam because I love it over there. You could hear the rushing water. You could see the entire lake. And when nobody's there, I'm able to scream my frustrations and my love and everything into the air right at that dam. And then now that I'm at the dam, I convinced myself to go all the way to the rocky spots, which is like right in the middle. I usually go there to meditate. It's my favorite place. I feel love there. I meditate. I reflect. And then once I get there, I'm like, well, I'm already halfway. I might as well just go all the way around. And that's how I convinced myself to go all the way around Pinecrest. This time I should have just gone back. I should have gone in to the halfway point and back out the north way because that was warm and dry, and the south end by all the houses was icy and wet. But I ended up doing the entire thing. And there was one point that was so icy that I ended up just putting myself on the ground on my knees and grabbing the bamboo and the bushes next to this icy slope and pulling myself forward because I knew if I stepped on it, I was just going to eat shit anyway. It was like the last eighth of the trail. What was I going to do? Turn around and go back another 3.5 whatever miles? Nope. I just had to do it. I had to slide myself across. This was the longest, shortest hike I've ever done. It took me 3 hours. It's never taken me that long. But it was probably like the best, most mind-clearing hike that I have done. I stopped. I talked to myself, I screamed into the universe, I meditated, I reflected, I felt love, I felt lost. Mentally, it was one of the most productive days I've had in a very long time. My body, on the other hand, absolutely felt it. So as the weather allows, I'm going to keep going back every week like I was doing last year to try to get back to my trail running pace. And plus, I just love it up there. It's beautiful in the mountains and the air. It's just my favorite place. But God forbid that I let myself just be clear and happy and positive. I have to drive by my ex's house on the way out because apparently I'm still a psychopath. Just to see an unfamiliar car in this driveway and be like, and catch my breath. And then I just started laughing at myself because you know what? That's what I get for being a crazy person. Because there's absolutely no reason for me to be driving by. When I say no reason, going by, there's no excuse. So if I'm driving down the road, there's nothing around there to excuse my driving down the road besides going past his house. And I did it anyway. So I drive past the house, and as I'm passing it, I see another car in the driveway. That's not his. And I'm like, start to freak out. That's not his truck, right? That's somebody else's car. Not only is it somebody else's car, his truck's not even there, and that car is there. And I can't go anywhere. It doesn't dead end, but if you want to come out the other end, it's like triple the way back into town. Trust me, I know, because I have also done that. So now I have to turn around and take my chances a second time on the same road that I don't need to be on. turn around, come by, see the hood of this car popped. So whoever is there is working on their car. They feel comfortable enough to be over there. And I am a crazy person. Like, what the is wrong with me? Knock it off, girl. You're 46 years old. What are you doing? It's just a reminder that it's something else I haven't faced. So I've had a clearer head this past month. I haven't been drinking from October through January. I gained like 17 pounds. I was drinking so much. I don't know, like I was just numbing things, and it was the holidays, and I think I was lonely, and so much was going on, and I was drinking so much and just numbing everything that was coming into my brain. So I had to take a break, and right now I'm taking a break. So my mind's been clearer in a good way, and clearer also in a like, I really have to face some shit right now. One of those things is I never really grieved my mom. Not really, I just kept moving, I kept trying to function, and I just kept going. I never grieved a relationship that mattered to me either. Like, I thought it wasn't as big as it was. I didn't think there was as much love there as clearly there was, that I'm figuring out now that I'm not numbing everything. I am the queen of disassociation. Boom, I'll just block things out. I'll forget about them, black them out like they never existed, and they go away. It's a pro as much as is it a con, for sure. Usually within a couple hours, days, months, sometimes even years. I'm pretty self-aware if I need to call or reopen those lines and apologize. Ooh, maybe it was me who went wrong here before I disassociated and completely blocked them out of my life. But I usually realize it. So if Ghost Madden disassociated from somebody and hasn't spoken to them in years and years, I probably don't plan to, because you were probably the asshole. Because I promise you, this time I am feeling it. I am feeling everything. February 17th is the Chinese New Year, where the fire horse comes in. Right now, we're still in the snake, where you're shedding all of that stuff from your past. That is what's happening to me. I'm just reflecting, shedding all of that stuff from my past. And there's a lot that has gone unnoticed that I have not faced. I just folded everything into life and move on without letting myself feel anything. Unprocessed grief does not disappear. It shows up in distraction. It shows up in numbing, restlessness, overthinking. Have I mentioned yet in this podcast that I overthink? Constantly starting over. Oh, wait. Do I constantly start over on things? Literally all the time. Because I need to sit still, and I need to reflect, and I need to grieve these things that I thought didn't matter, that I pushed away, that I thought I was over, and I wasn't. So I'm letting feelings exist without fixing them. I'm letting sadness come and go. I'm walking, I'm running, I'm being outside, I'm journaling. Okay, so you already know ChatGPT is like my bestie. I do everything with ChatGPT, and I've been starting to journal on it. So I knew I needed to start journaling. My therapist told me so. All the self-help books I've been reading, all of these reflection things. Journal when you wake up, journal when you go to bed. I'm not going to pull out my journal and write in it. I never have. I'm not going to pretend I'm going to change that's who I am as a person, because I'm not going to do it. I do sit on my computer and watch Hallmark and ChatGPT at night. So I started a journal on my ChatGPT, and every night I journal into my ChatGPT, and then it kind of rewrites it for me. But instead of just journaling and getting the feelings out, ChatGPT will respond and be like, see what you did here, here, and here? This is what's fixing. This is what's working. This isn't what's working. I know ChatGPT isn't a therapist. I have a real one too. However, it's keeping all of my journals intact. Sometimes I'll ask it, hey, remember when I brought so-and-so up? Can you go back to the journal entry to remind me of all of these reasons and these reasons why I should or shouldn't talk to them? Boom! ChatGPT to the rescue. Been using that to journal, been using that to help with my meal prep, mocktails. ChatGPT is my bestie right now for sure. So I've been journaling and really facing this grief. Grief isn't about me going backward. It's about me facing it, knowing that my love doesn't have to disappear. Just some things work out the way that they work out. Face it. Remember the good times. I'm so terrible. I will remember all the bad things. And I've decided that instead of being mad, that my mom passed away, or being mad that relationships didn't work out, that I could be mature enough to know that I could love all of these things and love all the good things that came from them, even though they are no longer. It's crazy the clarity that I've had not numbing this last month compared to anything that I felt the last 6 months. It's helped so much, which is exactly what I need to be a better example for my daughter. She turned 16 yesterday. Can you believe it? Layla turned 16. So Tuesday night, we threw her a surprise pizza party at Retro Pie in Manteca. The owner, Lulu, bought her a little cake. It was so sweet. They didn't have to do any of that. She was so surprised and happy. She came in, she was shaking when we were all there. Friends who were family that showed up. My sister came, my niece, Pops. We had huge number balloons, a sash, a tiara. And Layla ate it up. Usually my shy little girl ate it up. She wore her sweet 16 tiara to school the next day. It was Spirit Week and it was Kardashian Day at school on her birthday. Why did she borrow all my clothes for Kardashian Day? P.S. I gave her a jacket, a shirt, and jeans. I only got the jacket back. You know I'm not seeing the rest of that outfit any other time in my life. When we were growing up, Pops would always pick us up every year for our birthday, take us to lunch, but we had to go back to school. That was it. You don't get the rest of the day off. You get your lunch. So I picked her up for lunch. We sat in the parking lot, ate some lunch, and then last night I made big steaks for our entire family. And we had a family dinner last night, and she was just happy. My kid this week was alive and aware and confident and just beaming. And we really needed that. These last couple months with my daughter have been rough. She's been in some trouble. Hey, Karma. Hi, Karma. I see you. It's cool. I get you. We're eye to eye. Stop doing this to me. My daughter is all of my karma, you guys. So that's another thing why I've been not numbing myself this last month has been super grateful because we've been cooking together and getting along, and she's not allowed on electronics. And so leading up to this birthday has just been daily spending time, mother-daughter time. It was just, her 16th birthday was wonderful, joyous, heartfelt, loving. We just had the best week. This weekend, we're headed to Vegas. Her dad's throwing her a big party at Adventure Dome at Circus Circus. Remember, my daughter used to live in Las Vegas with her dad. Now she lives here. Me and their dad go back and forth. We co-parent well. It's always been like that since our divorce. Now my daughter lives with me. My son lives with his dad in Nevada. We are going to Nevada this weekend for a big 16th birthday with her friends there from Nevada. So I did a big birthday video for her 16th. She refused to share it because you know that AI trend's going around. I did mine, I did hers, I was playing with it. So I had a couple AI videos. I had her other pictures in there of her as a baby and her as a kid and her as a teenager. Nope. She shared her sister's story. She shared her dad's story. She didn't share my video because I had AI in it, and that's dumb, Mom. That tracks. Watching her grow up is equal parts joy, chaos, heartbreak, and so much gratitude. Happy 16 to my girl. Speaking of this AI trend, are you on this caricature trend? Did I say that right? Caricature. I think I said that right. Caricature. Okay, I think it's fun. And of course, there's a couple people that are like, safe from making myself a cartoon today. Oh, what? You don't like joy and fun? No. Thank you for bringing social media back to me. One lady posted like a fail. It made her a bearded guy. And I stopped by her page and I'm like, why was I attracted to your caricature though? I'm telling you, when they make those movies about somebody being in love with a robot, it's me. Those movies are about me. The one I made for Layla, our cat had 6 paws in it. She completely freaked out. She hated it. The first one it made for me, it made me a dragon slayer. Wait, what? Low-key want to be the first person it made for me, the podcasting dragon slayer. But then it made me a final one where it looked super cute about women in construction, and it had the headphones and a microphone. And then it made me a nighttime cozy one where I'm in my strawberry hooded blanket. So adorable. And playtime matters. Everybody was having a good time and it made everybody smile. Quit crushing people's joy. Let them make their AI caricature. The other thing I'm fully obsessed with right now is the Chinese baddie era. Are you following this on TikTok? There's a woman named Shelly. There's a lot of beautiful Chinese women and a couple men who are telling us how to use like the Chinese medicine and the apple tea. One lady in particular, her name is Shelly, and she is hilarious. She'll do videos like just 2 Chinese baddies looking at each other, and she's just looking at you. It's with the apple tea, like hot water in the morning. It helps with your digestive system. House slippers, which I've always worn slippers in the house. I hate cold feet. The lymphatic warm-ups, moving slowly on purpose. I feel like everything has to be attacked. The way I walk has to be attacked. The way I cook has to be attacked. The way I grocery shop. Calm down. Breathe. Slow it down a little bit. Chinese New Year is February 17th, which is fitting. It's a reset. It's a new cycle. So we're leaving the year of the snake. That's shedding anything that doesn't fit you anymore. We are entering the year of the horse. The fire horse, to be specific, which is like speed, strength, independence, freedom, confidence, momentum. And you know what? Here, horsey, horsey. Here, horsey, horsey. Bring it. I am ready for this year of the horse. Speaking of horses, my dad was giving me a history lesson on the Statue of Liberty the other day, and I looked him dead in the face and said, isn't that the one that they put a bunch of soldiers in and then gifted it, and then when they accepted it, all the soldiers came out and started a war? And he looked at me and he said, please tell me you're joking. And I just started crying up. No, Dad, I know the Trojan horse story, but that was hilarious. If you knew my pops, you know he deserves that. The Super Bowl is this Sunday. I love this. I love football. I usually love the Super Bowl. I don't care about the game this year. I'm going to be negative Nancy about this year's Super Bowl. Once the Niners were out and the Texans were out, I wanted it to be Broncos Seahawks because I have friends who are married and one's a Broncos fan and one's a Seahawks fan, and I wanted part of that drama. Now that it's Pats Seahawks, I don't care. I care about the food, the commercials, and the entertainment, and the snacks, and the food, and more snacks. We're in Vegas most of the time. We land back in California right before the football game starts. So I'll have plenty of time to get some chips and dips and wings and those little salamis with the cream cheese and the peppers inside. Ready for Green Day to open and then Bad Bunny at the halftime. I'm not going to be able to understand a lick of what he's saying. I don't care. He's entertaining. I cannot wait to shake my booty. Don't get me started on this Super Bowl nonsense. One of my friends is like, before you invite me to your Super Bowl party, you need to tell me which halftime show you're watching. And I'm 100% on her side on that. My sister, my brother-in-law, my dad, we're all going to watch it together, eat some wings, have a good time. And that part I am looking forward to. My son bet on his fake casino game. I should be concerned that my almost 14-year-old is fake gambling, right? But I'm a little impressed. He put $100 down on the Pats, and I kind of want to see how this works out for him. Watching the Super Bowl without some boozy beverages is going to be a little rough for me. Right now, I'm throwing down Diet Coke and Poppies. I've tried everything. There's some things I like, some that I don't. The non-alcoholic beers are not really for me. They taste good, but real beer and fake beer bloats me, so I'm not going to drink it. That's crazy talk. So Diet Cokes and Poppies are working, but you put enough wings in my face, and I really won't miss anything else. If you have any suggestions, please bring them by. I don't know if this is a forever thing. This is a day-by-day thing for me. I'm loving the way that I feel not drinking, and I need to get some of this weight off that I put on when I was heavily drinking over the holidays and get healthy again. Ew, my face is so broken out. Like, why do I have pimples around my chin and mouth? Ugh. ChatGPT, my bestie, let me know. It's because my hormones and my gut are recalibrating, so this is what's gonna happen. Thanks, girl. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the perimenopause, since I'm turning 46 this month. It's my birthday month. I'm turning 46 on the 28th. Write that down. I'm not one of those people who keep it a secret. I love presents. I love when you reach out to me and tell me happy birthday. I love my birthday attention. Birthday month that I have to share because my daughter's 16 and it's her birthday month too, and I don't want to forget that. And 46 really isn't like a big monumental thing. But me. No, I'm just kidding. Happy birthday to me. I have a free weekend. What am I gonna do all by myself? What? My kids are going to be with their dad. I have the full weekend. Ooh, what should I do? Withmadden@gmail.com if you have any ideas. The last couple months have been eye-opening. Like, whoa, okay, that's not who I am anymore. And that's okay. We're always evolving and we're always changing. That's not who I am anymore. And this is who I am. Wow, let me grow into it. I'm not going to force the next thing. I'm just moving forward a little bit calmer than before. And since I didn't start in January, February feels like the perfect place to start. Let's bring on the rest of this year together. Can't wait to talk to y'all next week. Not that you care, but now you know.